Adam Lambert, the interview that many Idolatry fans have been eagerly awaiting. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Pink hair, as I told you before we rolled, I had a bet going that I had to dye it on air if you didn't win. I did not think this was going to happen.
It suits you. I like it. I like it. It's very alternative.
Yeah.
It's you.
And as I said before, you also get 15 Save the Rocker points for helping out Allison with song arrangements this year. We want to go over your Idol musical journey.
Okay.
But before we get to that, I got to ask you a couple questions. One, you get insane, fervent, crazy fans. I have a friend who named a racehorse after you. It's called Glambert. It's the horse's official name. She was like, tell Adam he can own 5% and doesn't have to pay anything. Aww. You know, my mom wept after the Idol finale. Chris Allen! How did you not get discovered before this? And did you have doubts at any point in your career, like, that you would reach this sort of peak where you hit this many people?
First of all, I don't think anybody gets discovered anymore. I think it's kind of a dying thing. You kind of have to push yourself. You have to put yourself out there. It's all about, like, self-promotion. It's almost like being an entrepreneur. And, you know, of course I had doubts. I mean, I was doing musical theater for a number of years. I thought that was kind of going to be it for me. And I got to a point in my mid-20s where I was like, this isn't enough, but I didn't really know what to do to get to the next level. Started writing music, and then the more and more I learned about the recording industry, it was like, it ain't going to happen unless you're really lucky. Yeah. Especially being a little different, being a little like out of the box.
Yeah. And in your mid-20s, it's already like you're old for the record.
Yeah, I mean, in the entertainment industry, you run out of time really fast. And I turned 27, or I was about to turn 27, and I was like, oof, I got to do something quick. Idol, let's do it.
It's not good news.
It isn't?
It's great news.
Oh! Well, it's interesting this season, too. I've got to ask you about the way that certain media outlets and certain fans sort of almost turned this season into sort of a referendum on social issues. It was like Guyliner versus Guy Next Door. You know, which, by the way, the guy with Guyliner can also be the guy next door, I would like to point out.
Yeah, edgy with a smile.
Yeah.
I know, why not?
What did you feel about all that? Like, did that surprise you to see that starting to happen as we came down to top 3, top 2?
It definitely did. I mean, to me, it's always just been about singing. And when all that social projections started being attached to me, I was like, is it that deep? I thought we were just singing. I thought this was just a singing competition. But people attached it onto my situation, and in a way I felt honored. I also felt a little intimidated. I thought that was a lot of responsibility for me, and I was like, I just want to sing. I don't want to like represent a cause or a movement. But if that's how people want to look at it, I guess I can't really ignore that fact. So I'm just trying to run with it, not take it too seriously.
Sometimes you just want to sing Whole Lotta Love.
Yeah, man. And do my high makeup, put rhinestones on, and wear leather and feathers and things, you know?
Well, I've got to ask you on the same subject. Did you see the Bill O'Reilly segment about you?
I did.
On the internet, there are embarrassing pictures of Mr. Lambert.
They censored it.
It was censored.
It was. I was like, is that indecent?
It seemed very. He called them embarrassing pictures, and I was like, well, what embarrassing to who?
I wasn't embarrassed.
Embarrassing.
I guess he was.
I think they were embarrassing to Bill O'Reilly.
Bill was embarrassed.
Was that a surreal moment for you to realize that you're being discussed in a 3-minute segment about Bill O'Reilly, who doesn't understand that the voting portion of the competition has started like 4 weeks ago, and is like, oh, can this guy? Will people vote for him? And
well, really, I got a little nervous when it started. I was like, great, that's great. But then the 2 female correspondents that get on the show were really supportive, so whatever. But I mean, you're put in this position and everything's happening, and the only option you really have is to either take it really seriously and get like screwed up by it, or to shrug your shoulders and kind of laugh and be like, whatever. Yeah. And I tend to try to always have a sense of humor about things. It's just easier to deal with things that way.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, I can understand to a degree why people sort of attach themselves to you in a cause type way, because I think there are certain moments through the season where you manage to imbue certain song lyrics with a little bit of extra meaning, like Black or White, you know, Change is Gonna Come, Mad World. Were you aware of it while you were singing those songs, that like, you know, this is a week where I'm singing something that has a little more depth, and I'm going to push those lyrics in? Definitely.
I mean, for me, like picking a song, it had to mean something to me somehow. Like, if it didn't mean something to me, it wasn't going to work. And so, you know, Black or White, out of all the Michael Jackson songs, it was either that or Thriller. And I was like, well, I really want to do Thriller because I love Thriller, but this one is more, it's making more of a statement. I think it's more sophisticated. So I'm going to go with this one.
And I told them about equality, and it's true, you're either wrong or you're right.
And I knew that it had the original intent, which was very appropriate to where we are as a country right now with our president and whatnot. And then, you know, the other civil rights issues. I thought, you know, people would figure that out if they were savvy enough, and I was glad that they did.
It's pretty cool.
It always has to mean something.
Yeah.
It has to mean something to you.
Tell me you agree with me.